The destruction of the Blood Planet went largely unnoticed across the Alliance star system because of its remote location. And news of its fall only spread long afterward. After leaving with the Blood Pavilion, Wong Lin's original body gradually returned to its normal size. He sealed the Blood Pavilion, swallowed it into his body, and isolated it with spiritual energy, intending to carefully study its mysterious properties later. He secretly entered a level 6 cultivation planet, hid deep underground, and continued recovering while the soul connection with his avatar became increasingly stable. Although his recent actions had drawn the attention of several powerful cultivators, none associated them with the long-extinct ancient gods. Meanwhile, in the All-Heaven star system, a fragment of the Thunder celestial realm drifted through the void. Dark storm clouds suddenly gathered above it, and heavenly thunder descended onto the fragment before finding the unconscious Wong Lin and entering his body. Each strike caused his body to tremble, while countless more bolts continued to rain down, shaking the fragment and causing pieces of rock to collapse from its edges. Watching from afar, the Blood Ancestor sensed that the half of his blood body trapped inside Wong Lin was being rapidly absorbed. Furious that his attempt to kill Wong Lin had instead strengthened him, he wanted revenge but dared not approach because he recognized the phenomenon as divine retribution. Remembering the heavenly might that had appeared in the demon spirit land, he realized Wong Lin had likely been responsible for that event as well. Believing the divine tribulation would eventually kill Wong Lin, he chose to remain at a safe distance and wait, hoping the increasingly powerful heavenly punishment would destroy his enemy. Over the course of an entire month, the clouds continued expanding until they completely surrounded the fragment, making it disappear from sight. Once the heavenly tribulation finished gathering power, countless bolts of lightning erupted from every direction, striking the fragment relentlessly. The fragment shook violently as heavenly thunder penetrated it and poured into Wong Lin's unconscious body. Shu Leguo was terrified by the overwhelming lightning and could only hide inside the celestial sword, knowing that even a single bolt would instantly destroy him. Inside Wong Lin's body, the old man's power and the Blood Ancestor's power were continuously neutralizing one another. Under normal circumstances, this process would have required an extremely long time, but the endless influx of heavenly thunder dramatically accelerated it. Wong Lin's origin energy increased at an astonishing rate. Instead of damaging him, the divine tribulation provided unimaginable benefits. Although his unconscious state prevented him from consciously guiding and maximizing the gains, the endless heavenly thunder also began refining the fragment itself. Although its outer edges continued breaking apart, the center became increasingly solid as the lightning repeatedly passed through it. Because the fragment originated from the Thunder celestial realm and had endured celestial lightning for countless years, it was one of the few materials capable of surviving such refinement. Gradually, the fragment transformed into something resembling an extraordinary magical treasure. Since its material was a fragment of the celestial realm itself and it was being refined directly by the heavens rather than by cultivators, its potential power became almost unimaginable. The Blood Ancestor eventually realized what was happening and was filled with overwhelming greed. Although few treasures could still tempt someone of his cultivation, he understood that this heavenly refined celestial realm fragment could possess incredible power, perhaps even displaying the true might of the celestial realm itself. Convinced that this priceless treasure was destined to become his compensation for everything he had lost, he eagerly continued watching. Suddenly, all the ordinary heavenly thunder stopped. The clouds underwent a dramatic transformation as a single bolt of black lightning condensed within them. This black thunder was the true divine retribution, carrying far greater destructive power than everything before it. As it rapidly formed and descended toward the fragment, Wong Lin, lying deep within its center, finally opened his eyes. A bolt of black divine retribution carrying the might of the heavens struck the fragment where Wong Lin had awakened. The thunder crashed directly into his body and clashed with the Blood Ancestor's blood body and the mysterious old man's power inside him. The three forces battled violently, eventually transforming into a large amount of origin energy that was rapidly absorbed by Wong Lin's origin soul, causing it to grow stronger. Fully awakened by the strike, Wong Lin realized that without the divine retribution, the unstable powers inside his body would have caused him to explode. He regarded the divine retribution as perfect timing, leapt into the air, stored the celestial sword and celestial mountain, and left the fragment. As soon as he emerged, The surrounding clouds erupted and an even more terrifying divine retribution than the one in the demon spirit land descended. 4 bolts of black thunder simultaneously attacked him from above, below, left, and right. Instead of dodging, Wong Lin accepted all 4 strikes. The thunder once again collided with the blood body and the old man's power, producing an unprecedented explosion of origin energy. His origin soul devoured the immense energy, completed the critical transformation from the peak of the late ascendant stage to the illusory yin stage, and became a true origin soul capable of absorbing origin energy and being reborn through it. The narration explained that ancient cultivators originally cultivated origin energy directly, eventually forming origin souls, whereas modern cultivators only regained this path after reaching the second step of cultivation. Wong Lin's breakthrough shattered the barrier of the late ascendant stage, allowing him to glimpse his own Tao as everything around him became perfectly clear. Laughing loudly, his voice echoed through the heavens. Outside the clouds, the blood ancestor realized Wong Lin had reached the illusory yin stage by using the origin energy contained within half of his blood body to temporarily withstand the divine retribution. But he soon discovered Wong Lin's cultivation was still rising. Inside Wong Lin's body, celestial spiritual energy rapidly disappeared and was replaced by pure origin energy. The heavens responded by gathering 8 more bolts of black thunder. Wong Lin released his origin soul, which had transformed into the form of an ancient thunder dragon. The dragon devoured all 8 bolts of black thunder before returning to his body, where the thunder detonated against the blood body and the old man's power, generating even more origin energy. His illusory yin cultivation completely stabilized and continued advancing toward the peak of the illusory yin stage. The narration explained that the illusory yin and corporeal yang stages formed the transition between the first and second steps of cultivation through origin transformation, with the illusory yin stage focusing on the evolution of the origin soul and the corporeal yang stage replacing all celestial spiritual energy with origin energy, ultimately transforming cultivators into beings similar to ancient cultivators. Since the collapse of the celestial realm, only a handful of cultivators had crossed both realms continuously, and all later became supreme experts of the second step. The All-Seer required 300 years, Ling Tianao 800 years, and the Blood Ancestor nearly 1.000 years to complete this process because the greatest obstacle was obtaining sufficient origin energy. Wong Lin, however, was advancing rapidly because the divine retribution continuously stimulated the process while the Blood Ancestor's blood body and the mysterious old man's power supplied endless origin energy. Watching everything unfold, the Blood Ancestor became filled with killing intent, furious that his attempt to kill Wong Lin had instead granted him an extraordinary fortune. Above the fragment, Wong Lin calmly looked into the sky with anticipation as the clouds rumbled and began condensing a 7-colored bolt of divine thunder. Wong Lin eagerly awaited the divine retribution and saw 7-colored thunder condensing within the clouds, the first 7-colored heavenly tribulation he had ever encountered. As the clouds gathered, overwhelming heavenly might descended, causing the fragment beneath him to continuously collapse while becoming increasingly dense and durable. The immense pressure caused Wong Lin's origin energy to surge violently, his origin soul to vibrate, and he finally gained complete control over the power of the world. His cultivation broke through the peak of the late ascendant stage and entered the illusory yin stage. Instead of fearing the tribulation, he welcomed stronger attacks. The 7-colored thunderbolt descended with a demonic sound capable of disturbing the heart, creating countless illusions. But Wong Lin remained calm. The thunder struck him directly, driving him deep into the ground as the Blood Ancestor's blood body and the mysterious old man's energy within him clashed violently against the divine retribution. Wong Lin immediately rose back into the sky, his body wrapped in lightning like a celestial demon. The heavenly tribulation intensified as countless 7-colored thunderbolts rained down upon him, turning the entire fragment into a sea of thunder. The fragment shrank to only about 10,000 feet while Wong Lin's body became covered with cracks. The Blood Ancestor's blood body completely collapsed, releasing enormous origin energy into Wong Lin's origin soul. His cultivation rapidly advanced from stabilized illusory yin to the peak of illusory yin. Approaching the corporeal yang stage, Wong Lin realized the remaining energy from the mysterious old man had to be completely removed or it would become a hidden danger. Taking an enormous risk, He abandoned passive defense and charged directly into the divine retribution clouds. He spread his arms and actively devoured the clouds while endless thunder poured into his body. The thunder continuously forced the old man's remaining energy to release even more origin energy, turning the tribulation into the greatest cultivation opportunity of Wong Lin's life aside from witnessing the third step. As he consumed more clouds, his cultivation continued to rise without limit. Outside the clouds, the blood ancestor was horrified upon witnessing Wong Lin swallowing the heavenly tribulation itself. Realizing Wong Lin's growth could no longer be allowed, he ignored his greatly weakened cultivation, which had fallen to the peak of the corporeal yang stage, and charged into the tribulation clouds to kill him. Inside the clouds, Wong Lin sensed the approaching danger and retreated deeper into the thunder. The blood ancestor struggled against the overwhelming heavenly pressure but pressed forward, driven by his determination to eliminate Wong Lin. When he found Wong Lin, he saw him being struck by endless thunder, resembling an ancient thunder dragon instead of a human. Wong Lin counterattacked by releasing Heavenly Chop, while the blood ancestor blocked with blood techniques, though his weakened cultivation caused his spells to lose much of their former power. Wong Lin continuously retreated through the clouds while recklessly unleashing Heavenly Chops, unconcerned about the enormous origin energy consumption because the origin energy flooding his body was nearly limitless. The blood ancestor desperately pursued him, sensing that prolonging the battle inside the tribulation clouds would only increase the risk. However, Wong Lin possessed overwhelming advantages within the clouds. His thunder dragon origin soul allowed him to absorb the heavenly thunder effortlessly. The mysterious old man's remaining energy neutralized the destructive effects of the lightning, and the continuous influx of origin energy further strengthened him. While retreating, Wong Lin continued devouring thunder and clouds until the old man's remaining energy was completely exhausted. Without the chaotic energy inside his body, all that remained was pure origin energy, causing his cultivation to erupt once more. He broke through the peak of the illusory yin stage, entered the corporeal yang stage, and quickly stabilized his cultivation there as all celestial spiritual energy transformed into origin energy. Witnessing this breakthrough, the blood ancestor was greatly alarmed and realized Wong Lin might even reach the nirvana scryer stage if left unchecked. Filled with overwhelming power, Wong Lin felt complete control over the world. As the blood ancestor approached, Wong Lin placed a finger between his eyebrows and released his origin soul from his body. His physical body descended from the clouds, landed safely, and immediately sat down to cultivate under the protection of a spell, while his origin soul transformed into a 1,000-foot-long ancient thunder dragon within the divine retribution clouds. Facing the blood ancestor, Wong Lin declared that since the blood ancestor had willingly entered the clouds, he would fulfill Wong Lin's wish by becoming his prey. Wong Lin released his ancient thunder dragon origin soul into the divine retribution clouds, causing countless thunderbolts to gather and forcing the blood ancestor to retreat. The blood ancestor exploded 2 blood spheres to disperse Wong Lin's origin soul. But Wong Lin had already lured the divine retribution toward him. While the blood ancestor protected himself with bloodlight, Wong Lin manipulated the thunder to surround him instead of attacking directly, trapping him within the divine retribution. Wong Lin further destabilized the blood ancestor by revealing that the blood planet had been destroyed. Zi Xin had died after betraying him. The blood pavilion had been taken, and that his daughter Yao Shishui might return only to fall into danger. Since Yao Shishui was the blood ancestor's greatest weakness, his emotions fluctuated, weakening his defenses. Wong Lin transformed into countless thunderbolts, invaded the blood ancestor's body, and engaged his origin soul directly while the heavenly tribulation continuously struck. Although the blood ancestor's damaged origin soul remained stronger than Wong Lin's, Wong Lin had no intention of seizing the body and instead focused on preventing the blood ancestor from escaping until the divine retribution could kill him. Each lightning strike heavily injured the blood ancestor while Wong Lin absorbed half of the tribulation's power to strengthen himself. As the clouds dissipated, the final and most powerful heavenly thunder gathered. Facing certain death, the blood ancestor abandoned his body by using a blood seal, sacrificing his physical body to allow his damaged origin soul to escape. He cursed Wong Lin, believing the blood seal would trap him inside the body to face the final tribulation alone. However, Wong Lin remained inside willingly. The final heavenly thunder shattered the blood seal, completely destroyed the blood ancestor's body, and forced Wong Lin's origin soul out unharmed. Wong Lin transformed back into the ancient thunder dragon, roared toward the sky, and survived as the divine retribution finally disappeared. He returned the destroyed blood body to the fragment, restored his origin energy to his body, and awakened with greatly increased cultivation. He stored the blood ancestor's body, shrank the remaining fragment to the size of a grain of sand, absorbed it, and left while laughing. Wong Lin had officially reached the corporeal yang stage, with vast reserves of origin energy still waiting to be refined, placing him close to the peak of the stage and one step away from becoming a true second-step cultivator. With his spells, magical treasures, celestial realm fragment, and beast bones, almost no one in the Thunder Celestial Realm could match him, and he was now capable of fighting newly advanced second-step cultivators. Confident after forcing the blood ancestor into such misery, Wong Lin concluded that even legendary experts like the blood ancestor, the all-seer, and Ling Tianao were not invincible, although he still suspected that an unknown person had secretly weakened the blood ancestor before their encounter. Determined to eliminate all future threats, Wong Lin immediately pursued the escaping blood ancestor. Meanwhile, Li Yuan fled across another fragment in miserable condition. He had lost his right arm, suffered severe sword wounds and injuries to his origin soul, and was barely alive thanks to his family's secret techniques. He regretted being unable to fulfill his promise of giving Wong Lin the restriction heart. Chasing him were 3 cultivators, 2 men and a beautiful woman. The woman had taken one of Li Yuan's celestial swords, while the young man promised to seize Li Yuan's remaining 8 swords and gift them to her. Although the young man was only at the peak of the late ascendant stage, the old man accompanying them had reached the peak of the illusory yin stage, making them extremely dangerous opponents. Wong Lin became increasingly familiar with his corporeal yang cultivation as he traveled through the void. The origin energy inside his body grew denser, making every movement contain immense power. He gradually sensed an extraordinary connection with the world itself, feeling as though his body and the surrounding void were becoming one. Although his rational mind believed such a phenomenon was impossible, his origin soul confirmed the sensation. Trusting his instincts, he closed his eyes and took a step guided solely by that feeling. The void rippled like water. Origin energy fused with the world, and Wong Lin suddenly disappeared. He had unconsciously performed spatial bending, an ancient movement technique even faster than teleportation. This spell normally required an origin soul and was typically mastered only by Nirvana Scryer cultivators who had profound comprehension of origin energy. Meanwhile, the blood ancestor fled desperately after his cultivation had fallen to the corporeal yang stage. His damaged origin soul left him greatly weakened, but he still intended to recover before taking revenge on Wong Lin. Just as he believed he had escaped, Wong Lin emerged from ripples in space directly behind him. The blood ancestor was horrified upon realizing Wong Lin had used spatial bending despite not reaching the Nirvana Scryer stage. He recalled that cultivators who crossed the yin and yang stage in a single breakthrough often possessed extraordinary future potential. Even before losing his cultivation, the blood ancestor himself had only barely touched the edge of this technique, while even powerful experts like Ling Tianao had failed to truly master it. He concluded that spatial bending was nearly comparable to a third-step divine ability and, for the first time, genuinely feared Wong Lin. Wong Lin himself was puzzled by what had happened. He felt as though he had merely taken a single step, yet somehow crossed an immeasurable distance without consciously locking onto the blood ancestor's position. Rather than immediately pursuing his enemy, he chose to meditate on the mysterious experience, believing the comprehension was far more valuable. After prolonged contemplation, he attempted spatial bending again, but although ripples appeared in space, he failed to merge with the world as before. Realizing the feeling remained elusive, he continued chasing the blood ancestor while trying to rediscover that state. He speculated that mastering the technique completely might allow him to become truly formless and invisible within the world itself. As Wong Lin pursued him, the feeling of unity with the world occasionally resurfaced, though it remained impossible to fully control. When it faded again, Wong Lin focused on the blood ancestor, stepped forward, and once more vanished through spatial bending. The blood ancestor sensed overwhelming danger before Wong Lin suddenly attacked with the karma whip from the void. He barely defended himself before Wong Lin appeared again through spatial bending. Seeing Wong Lin perform the technique twice consecutively destroyed any belief that it had been a stroke of luck. Wong Lin immediately summoned his underworld river, now fundamentally transformed by origin energy. The river expanded endlessly, seemingly replacing the surrounding world and trapping both cultivators inside. Boundless origin energy filled the domain as countless resentful souls rushed toward the blood ancestor from every direction. Although severely weakened as only an injured origin soul, the blood ancestor remained an extremely formidable cultivator. He transformed himself into gigantic blood claws through blood transformation and unleashed devastating attacks that tore through the underworld river. Wong Lin countered with overwhelming origin energy before ordering the souls within the river to condense. Empowered by origin energy, the resentful spirits transformed into countless images of Yao Shishui and assaulted the blood ancestor. The blood ancestor hesitated to attack the figures resembling Yao Shishui despite knowing they were illusions. Eventually, forced by necessity, he destroyed them, but their sorrowful cries deeply shook his already damaged mind. Using the immense strength of his blood claws, he ripped open the underworld river and escaped. But not before suffering tremendous emotional torment. Filled with hatred, he swore that he and Wong Lin could never coexist. The instant the blood ancestor escaped, Wong Lin blocked his path while holding the soul flag. Black clouds erupted from the flag and surrounded the blood ancestor. The karma whip repeatedly lashed within the clouds as Wong Lin commanded them to gather and compress. Although trapped and continuously assaulted, the blood ancestor continued resisting fiercely, refusing to surrender despite his weakened condition and overwhelming disadvantage. Wong Lin continuously reinforced the collapsing black cloud with origin energy to keep the blood ancestor trapped. But the blood ancestor resisted fiercely and nearly destroyed the 1 billion soul flag. Wong Lin summoned the 3 primary souls, including the Qilin and the 4th soul, to attack. The Qilin bit the blood ancestor's neck. The 4th soul repeatedly pierced his origin soul to steal origin energy. And the 3rd primary soul slowed his movements. However, the blood ancestor unleashed a powerful blood-soul collapse technique, forcing the primary souls to retreat and nearly breaking free from the black cloud. As the blood ancestor was about to escape, Wong Lin released a grain of sand refined from a celestial fragment. It expanded into a massive celestial seal that suppressed the blood ancestor with overwhelming celestial spiritual energy. Although the blood ancestor struggled, he was repeatedly crushed beneath the seal. Wong Lin then struck with the karma whip, further destabilizing the blood ancestor's origin soul. When the blood ancestor prepared to self-destruct, Wong Lin stopped him by promising he would let him see his daughter, Yao Shishui, again if he surrendered. The blood ancestor abandoned his plan to explode, allowing Wong Lin to seal him completely inside the soul flag. The blood ancestor's image appeared on the flag, bound by the karma whip and surrounded by the 3 primary souls. After the battle, Wong Lin reflected that defeating the blood ancestor had required risking his life countless times. He felt no pride, only melancholy, believing the conflict could have been avoided if the blood ancestor had simply taken Yao Shishui away. Wong Lin admitted he had exploited the blood ancestor's love for his daughter because survival left him no other choice. He explained that he had never harmed Yao Shishui without reason and that she had plotted against him first. He criticized the blood ancestor for blindly protecting his daughter without considering right and wrong, saying such love had become indulgence. Confident that he had acted with a clear conscience, Wong Lin stored the celestial fragment and departed. Wong Lin resolved to grow stronger in the Thunder Celestial Realm by acquiring celestial spells. Believing his current cultivation finally qualified him to compete for celestial inheritances. His ultimate goal remained reviving Li Muwan by traveling to planet Donglin, and his increased cultivation strengthened his confidence in achieving this. Determined to seize every opportunity, he continued deeper into the Thunder Celestial Realm, becoming another powerful cultivator competing for its treasures. Meanwhile, on another celestial fragment, Li Yuan's desperate escape was nearing its end. Exhausted, gravely wounded, and poisoned by white insects released by a young pursuer, he was constantly humiliated as the young man treated him as target practice for spells while the accompanying elder casually instructed him. Most of Li Yuan's flying swords had been taken, erased of their divine sense, and handed to the young man, who gifted them to the woman beside him. The poison spread through Li Yuan's body and even his origin soul, leaving him on the verge of death. Watching him weaken, the elder calmly informed the young master that Li Yuan had finally run out of strength.